Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. We'll be starting our second series of tutorial on Java. If you haven't seen our first series of tutorial on Angular yet, please go and check. The link is given in the description of this video. In this video, we will just cover the theoretical introductory part of Java. So let's get started with the history of Java first. Java is a programming language developed by James Gosling with other team members, which is also known as Green Team, in 1995 for Sun Microsystem. To your surprise, Java was initially created as an embedded language for digital devices such as set-top boxes, televisions, etc. Later, after being such a successful language, it started widening its scope as multi-purpose, multifunctional internet language. So this is all about the history of Java. Now let's see in detail what Java exactly is. Java is an object-oriented language similar to C++, but with advanced and simplified features. Okay, so Java programming language is a high-level language and it has the following characteristics. I'll be discussing each feature in my next slide. So the first two features is Java is simple and object-oriented. Java is simple because its syntax is based on C++, and C++ was a high-level language. By high-level language, I mean to those languages whose syntaxes are user-friendly. Apart from this, automatic garbage collection feature also made Java simpler. From Java perspective, automatic garbage collection is a very important feature. So I'll be discussing this topic further in my next videos. The second feature of Java is based on object-oriented methodology. Everything in Java revolves around object. A Java application is made up of many objects of different type, which act as a medium between data and behavior. We can refer data as variables and behavior as method in Java. Okay, so another feature of Java is platform independent. When you write program in Java and when you compile it, a separate file is created for the program, that is .class file. A .class file is known as the bytecode of Java. The bytecode generated in Windows operating system can be executed easily and efficiently in the Unix operating system with the help of JVM present in Unix. Therefore, JVM is platform dependent, but at the same time, the bytecode is platform independent. The bytecode in .class file generated from Java program generates the same output when ran on different operating systems like Windows and Unix. Therefore, it is platform independent. Another feature of Java is robust and secure. The meaning of robust is strong, and Java is robust because there is no concept of pointer in Java, which causes the security issues. Java has strong memory management. Also, Java has automatic garbage collection which runs on Java virtual machine. Java uses its own virtual runtime environment, unlike C and C++, which uses the runtime environment of operating system. Also, there is type checking and exception handling mechanism in Java. We'll discuss all this feature in our later videos in details. The another feature is Java is architecture neutral and portable. Java is architecture neutral because there are no implementation dependent feature. For example, the size of primitive data type is fixed. If you talk about C programming language, the size of int data type is 2 byte for 32-bit architecture and 4 byte of memory for 64-bit architecture. However, if you talk about Java, it occupies 4 byte of memory for both 32 and 64-bit architecture. The another feature is Java is portable. Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the Java bytecode to any platform, and it does not require any kind of implementation. The another feature is Java is high performance and distributed. Java is faster than other traditional interpreted programming language because Java bytecode is close to native language. By native language, I mean to say the machine language. But it is still a little bit slower than the compiled language. Why? Because Java first convert into .class file and then it convert into the machine language. Whereas on the other hand, C and C++ are directly get converted into machine language. Java is distributed because it facilitates user to create distributed application in Java. What it means is we can create different kind of application in Java. RMI and EJB are used for creating distributed application. Basically, RMI and EJBs are out of scope for this tutorial. We'll obviously discussing this in our coming videos. The last two feature of Java is multi-threaded and dynamic. A thread is like a separate program executing concurrently. We can write Java program that deals with many tasks at once by defining multiple threads. The main advantage of multi-threading is that it doesn't occupy memory for each thread. It shares a common memory area which is called thread pool. Threads are important for multimedia, web application, etc. We will be discussing multi-threading in deep in our later coming videos because it has a very wide scope in Java. Another feature of Java is a dynamic language. It supports dynamic loading of classes. It means classes are loaded on demand. We'll be discussing about class loader in details in our later videos. Okay guys, so that's all about Java and what all are the features of Java. We will discuss other important topics of Java in our coming videos. So guys, stay tuned. Bye bye.